Who likes pickleball? How about having your very own private pickleball court right in your backyard on one of the biggest lots in West Torrance? In today's Torrance home tour, we're taking you inside a stunning single-story Torrance home for sale that's been completely rebuilt from the studs out. Blending contemporary luxury with island-inspired vibes, this home is packed with high-end upgrades, two massive primary suites, and seamless indoor-outdoor living. Whether you're thinking about moving to Torrance, looking for space to entertain, or just dreaming of your own slice of paradise, minutes from South Redondo Beach, this one is a must-see. Let's check it out. In today's West Torrance home tour, we're going to be checking out the home right behind us, and I cannot wait to show it to you. Yes, please be patient. I promise you I will show you the pickleball court later in this video. But this home's been completely remodeled from top to bottom, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and 2,434 square feet of living space. And everything has been completely upgraded in this home. And we're going to walk through and show you everything that they've done. And again, yes, that includes the pickleball court. So right now today, again, we're in the neighborhood of West Torrance. We're just east of South Redondo Beach here in the South Bay, and basically just over a mile away from the beach itself. So a really popular neighborhood and one of the best, I would say, here, and underrated here in the South Bay. So we can't wait to show it to you. So let's turn around and start the home tour. So for starters, love the curb appeal. You got the fresh sod air in this home. And then you have this combination, like right from the exterior, it looks like something, a home that you might find in Hawaii, single level, of course, but it combines that Polynesian flair with that mid-century modern, right? And this is what you end up getting. So one of the things I wanted to show you here is a lot of homes in this neighborhood, because they were built in the 50s and 60s, they don't have this really large front porch that you see. You know, if you're familiar with homes here in Southern California, especially the older homes, right, a lot of times they don't have a front porch at all. It's basically just walk up right to your front door. So the fact that you have a nice sitting area and you can access it, and we'll show you the other side of it once we go inside from your formal dining area, is a nice touch. Of course, you have your modern lighting out here on the exterior, and you have your gorgeous front door. Let's start with the left side of the home. So when you come in, right, you're going to see this large great room, and then over to the left, you're going to have this large formal dining area, right? And you could easily fit a table that's much bigger in size. Probably put your china cabinet or buffet over here, and then as I pan out, give you a much better idea of the true space. And now you can see the door where we actually walk in through the front right here. But something else that I like here is look at this large slider. So instead of just having windows, right, they have this large slider, so you can actually sit outside. You know, maybe the food's not ready, or maybe you want to have an after dinner drink right here, right? But you don't want to go too far away. And especially here in Southern California, it's all about that indoor outdoor living combination. So instead of just having a window, I like how they have the slider here. Let me know what you actually think of that. Let's enter into this half bathroom right here. You have your quartz countertop, and then this is located right off your formal dining area. It's perfect because this is the bathroom that's going to be used by everybody that's in your living, dining room, and kitchen areas. Now you have this guest suite on this side of the house, right? So of course you have your recessed LED lighting on top, and this is a pretty big size bedroom. Look, you already have 2 nightstands in here, right? And this is a pretty good size bed. And then of course you have your dresser right over there. And then I like right here, you can't really see from the inside, to kind of give you a little bit more privacy right here. Now, if it was me, I'd probably add some window treatments on here. But look, they have the accented wood on the exterior of the home. All right, so let's go into this room right here. So over to your right, you're gonna have this amazing walk-in closet with all these custom built-ins, right? You got your shelves, right? Everything's all ready to go for you right there. And then coming over here, you're going to have your dual sinks on your vanity. This is the same quartz countertop that you saw in the half bathroom itself. And then look like what they have here, right? So I like to have that they have the nickel, the silver handles right here, the drain stopper, the faucet, right? Because you have some gray in this tile. You have some gray and some brownish hues, and then you have the light brown cabinetry itself, and then the combination of gray in and brown in right here, your quartz countertop. And then of course you have your dual mirrors to go along with your dual sinks. Now this bathroom has a shower enclosure, and then I like how they're able to contrast it. They don't do it with heavy colors, right? Because that's not the motif of this home. They continue with the same tile that we saw on the floor, right? And then as you go up, look at this. You have the tile from the floor going from ceiling to the floor. And then this is very similar to the same tile that we saw on the walls, right, when you actually entered the house. So instead of having a fancy or a color that's really bright here, right, it's very easy on the eyes and yet still has a modern touch, but also has that chic touch as well. Again, continue with that island theme and vibe right there. All right, so that is the bathroom right here for this guest suite. So this guest suite is located on the other side of the house from the other bedrooms. We're going to show you the remaining 3 bedrooms a little later in this video. Now I want to show you this wall right in front of us because this is what I was talking to you about before in that bathroom. So instead of maybe having an accent wall, right, or just having your normal, you know, Swiss coffee that we see so often in a lot of homes that we showcase, right? Take a look at this, the texture of this. And so it just really adds an extra layer of character in this home. Let's make our way over to the kitchen. So you have your waterfall edge island here in the kitchen, enough room where you can sit 3 chairs. Take a look at the light fixtures, right? So I think they're perfect for this house. These pendant lighting, right? And on 2 different fronts, I like them. One, it's a very modern touch, but also goes with the character of the home. And again, like we've seen so far in this home, you know, you don't need to go over the top to have a really modern house. And again, you're going to see the same cabinetry that you did in the bathrooms, right? You have the custom cabinetry in here. And then again, because you have the light brown flooring, you're going to have the gray and brownish veins here in your quartz countertop. And then you can see that's what they used as their backsplash in this home. You have stainless steel appliances. You have your sharp built-in microwave right there. We turn around, your stainless steel dishwasher. This is your sink. And then on the other side over here, this is where you're going to have your Thermador freestanding range with your 4 gas burners on top, and of course your stainless steel hood. So that is your kitchen. And then off over here, this is going to be your living room area, right? So all part of this large great room area. And then over here, take a look up top. I absolutely love this fan. This is something that you would see almost like at a Polynesian resort, right? And then over here, they have the built-in shelving. But again, look at the color, able to contrast the flooring and being able to keep the theme going, in my opinion. And then of course you have the built-in fireplace right there as well. And then look at these doors. This is something I definitely want to showcase to you guys, right? That look how gorgeous these custom foldable doors are. And this really gives that modern touch to it. You know, something that you really usually only see in new construction, those either foldable or stackable doors. So this is a nice high-end touch for sure. And then this way I can kind of give you a view of what this home looks like as we walk around from the other side. Now there's one more room right off the kitchen, and that is your laundry room. So you have your sink, again with the quartz countertop, and now they have a little bit of a lighter color on the cabinetry, and this is where your washer and dryer hookups are going to be. So most people are probably going to use a stackable washer and dryer. You have a pocket door right there, and then you even have a little more cabinetry right here. This is right off the laundry room as part of the kitchen. So you could use either as a utility closet, right, if you're not able to have enough space for the cabinetry in that laundry room, or I think most people would probably just use it as a pantry itself. Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. Hey, as always, like I always like to say, thanks so much for taking time out of your day to watch another one of our home tours. Now, we're very fortunate. I have over 230 five-star reviews on Zillow and Google combined. Been doing this for over 20 years, so really enjoying being able to help our clients, walk them through the process from beginning to end, and being able to basically hold their hand with whether you're buying or selling. Now, if you're buying a home here in Southern California, there are a lot of different things that you need to know about, right? And sometimes the things that you need to know about are different for resale than they might be for new construction, right? So we just recently closed on a new construction home with some of our clients that watch in our videos, just like yourself. And so as a result of that, you know, what we tell them is going to be different than a resale property such as this. And there's differences that you need to know, especially in today's market, right? There's a lot of things that, even though you might be able to find on the internet, there's a lot of things where having the right agent in your corner is going to be really beneficial, because that knowledge is going to be able to save you thousands of dollars. So if you want to reach out and just answer any questions, or have any questions that need to be answered, I should say, hey, definitely reach out. Would love to be able to make a time and just kind of be able to answer the questions that are kind of popping in your head. Let's get back to the home tour. All right, let's go take a look at the remainder 3 bedrooms. Before we do that, I want to show you 2 different things. So kind of, you know, giving you that mid-century feel, right? You know, a lot of times you'll see these, right, in a lot of the mid-century homes. Now, a lot of times they have a dated look, so they're able to paint it and kind of make it blend in with the flooring that you have in this home. And then right off of the living room, I actually think it's a great place, right? Because it's really too small to have a cabinetry right here. So they have the same stone as you do right there in the formal entryway, and a great place to be able to store some of your wine bottles. So a great use of space, in my opinion. All right, let's take a look at the first bedroom over here. This one faces the front of the house. Now, a lot of times you'll see, like, look at this. This is almost like an egg white color. It's kind of hard to showcase here in the video. It just doesn't show up on camera, but this is definitely an off-white. And a lot of times, like we like to do in our Concierge Plus program, we'd like to use that kind of ultra white on the baseboards. But because of how much brown you have here in the house, the white would look a little awkward. So they kind of have this taupe, this beige, almost like a mocha around here, like a light mocha around right there, and on your baseboards, as well as the door frame and around the closet, because you have the darker doors right there for your closet. And as opposed to using like the regular white doors, these are higher end doors, right? So look, you got the built-ins in your client right now. So take a look at that as well. And then of course you have the dual pane windows throughout the entire home. So let me know what you think about the color scheme. So we're going to leave the first bedroom on this side of the house, and that takes us to your hallway bathroom that's going to service 2 bedrooms. So again, you have the same quartz countertop that we've been seeing in the other bathrooms, right? The same cabinetry, as well as the same tile. Now here, you're gonna have your shower and tub enclosure. I like the fact that two things. One, you have the glass, because a lot of times people, they remodel, right, and they put the home up for sale, and then you as the buyer are responsible to be able to put in a new custom glass, and that could easily cost you $2,000 to $5,000 depending on how big the shower enclosure is. And then you have the same, right, tile that we saw in the other bathroom as well. So it's very, again, like we were talking about before, that you don't have that traditional tile that we normally see. And so I think it's nice to be able to differentiate it for sure. And then you have one small closet over here. This is going to be your coat closet for when people come in, even though it's in the hallway right off the formal entryway. That's where most people are going to be able to put their closets. All right, so we have one more bedroom before we get to the primary. And again, looks like these are pretty decent sized bedrooms. This is a house built in 1959, so they're not going to be overly big. And you can get an idea here, once again, that you have the closet space, and they got the hanger and some built-ins all ready for you. All right, so that leaves us with one more bedroom. And I like the fact that you have some privacy here. And the primary bedroom is at the rear of the house, right? And before you step into the primary bedroom, you have this shelving right here. Perfect spot to put some family photos for sure. Now, right as you walk into this primary bedroom, this is the walk-in closet. And again, I like how they were able to encompass here all of these custom built-ins. And look, you know, a perfect spot for shoes, right? And plenty of room to be able to hang up all of your clothes. All right, so the next room as part of this primary suite is going to be the primary bathroom itself. Now, yet again, like all the other bathrooms, you're going to have the same tile. You're going to have your dual sink vanity. And then coming on over here, right, you're going to see this large shower enclosure. And we'll open this up for you. And you can see that you got the hand sprayer right here, as well as your shower head. And then I like the ambient lighting underneath here as well. So that's a really nice touch to have here in your primary bathroom. But again, you got a little extra cabinetry on both sides, right? Come on over here and we'll show you this one as well. All right, and so that's your primary bathroom. And then we make our way over to our right. And then I love this space, right? Because it's a great size bedroom. But then in addition to all the recessed lighting, look at the ceiling above. So, you know, kind of just makes it even feel larger as a result of how it's designed. And then it wouldn't be a primary suite without access to the backyard. So this is one of the access points that you can actually make your way into the backyard, just like the first bedroom we showed you on the other side of this home. So again, you know, you could be able to access your patio right here. All right, so let me know what you think of the interior of this home. Again, to recap, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, 2,424 square feet of living space. And again, you're going to have that separate bedroom on the other side of the home. And so that's perfect, in my opinion, if you really need to have an in-law, or maybe you had a teenager, or you could even use it as a home office if you needed to. All right. I know this is what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting to check out this pickleball court. So how many of you play pickleball, right? And you always have to wait, right, to be able to get a time, especially you have to get there like 7 o'clock in the morning, right when the pickleball court opens up, and you need a reservation, right? And you just want to play pickleball, right? So think about how many of your friends and family you'd be able to invite over right here. So check this out. And then as you can see down there, right, you know, this is also part of your driveway. So you could park vehicles in here if you wanted to, right? It'd be a little tight, right, because of the roof line to be able to park an RV in here. But, you know, you could definitely park multiple vehicles for sure. But love the fact that they are able to really make use of this and completely utilize this space with a pickleball court. So if you're a pickleball aficionado, right, this might work for you. This way you don't even have to leave the friendly confines of your own home. Talk about home court advantage for sure. Now they have a large oversized Norris tankless water heater here, right? And this is a pretty good sized lot. So most of the lots tend to be a little smaller than this one. This one's over 9,200 square feet. They have the fresh sod in here, and then you have the trees back here also to kind of give you some privacy. You have a newer condenser unit, and then I wanted to be able to show you what this looks like from the outside. Now we kind of went by it in the inside, right? So now you can see those foldable doors right there on the inside where we were earlier coming from the living room. And then you have this nice overhang and a patio. So this is more the morning sun because we're here right now at about 11 o'clock in the morning. So in the afternoon, this is going to be shady, right? So you're not going to be able to have to worry about that strong afternoon sun. You got the designer tile on your patio, and then coming up over here, you'll step up. You got this nice right here gas fireplace and sitting area as well, in addition to your garage. So let me know what you think of this backyard. And again, here, I think the biggest attraction is going to be your pickleball court. All right, Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. What's your favorite part of this home? Is it the fact that this home basically feels like a brand new construction home, everything remodeled from top to bottom? Is it the fact that being here in West Torrance, one of the best neighborhoods here in the South Bay? Or is the fact that you have your own pickleball court? Be honest about that. You know that's pretty cool, especially here in Southern California. All right, so if you're looking to sell your home, we talked about buying a home here in Southern California, the greater Los Angeles area earlier in this video. So if you are in the market to sell a home, reach out to us. So maybe your home needs a little bit of work. Maybe it needs a new kitchen or new flooring or just fresh paint, right? Something very simple, right? And you don't have the funds to do it. Well, what to do, especially in today's marketplace where it's absolutely critical that your home looks better than everybody else's right now, especially because the buyers have more choices in the marketplace. So this is where our Concierge Plus program really comes into play. And this is an opportunity for you as the seller. You can be able to make repairs or remodel your home at no upfront cost, right? Out of pocket. Not even a single penny, not even a Chuck E. Cheese coin, right? And so basically how it works out is whatever you negotiate with the contractor, that gets deducted from your net proceeds at the close of escrow. So nothing up front. And the best part about it too is myself and our contractor, we actually handle all the oversight of it, right? Because I don't want my sellers being able to have to go to Home Depot and pick out tile and backsplash or countertops or flooring color, right? We plan all of that out and we work together with you as a team to make sure it's the right fit for your home. So if you have any questions about that, definitely feel free to reach out to me and let me know what you ultimately think about this home. I'm Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group, and I'll see you on the next home tour.